everybody, we're back. My next guest is a regular contributor to This American Life on National Public Radio, and he's the author of a new book of very funny personal essays called Fraud. Please welcome David Rakoff. Now, you were a little reluctant to come on the show, is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been such a strange time, and,
right.
you know, I'm a humorist, and I wouldn't really know, wasn't quite sure what to talk about. And I mean, although we keep on hearing that, you know, laughter is the best medicine, which has always been kind of a strange pronouncement to me, because I think the research indicates that, you know, for like infections, antibiotics are the best medicine.
Yeah,
Cancer
right.
responds very well to chemotherapy. You know,
Yeah,
so,
right.
You know, getting Whoopi Goldberg to do 5 minutes on your broken leg isn't really going to help.
It's not going to do anything.
At all.
But we must soldier on.
Indeed.
We have to do the best
yes,
we can.
We have
now,
to.
something happened. I guess you were personally affected. Something happened to your television, right? During the attack.
Well, to everybody's television, everybody who didn't have cable, all the reception went out. So I still have a television, but it's not really, I call it the Channel 2. So now I just
That's the only channel you get.
It's the only channel I get. So I spent days, you know, with Dan Rather.
Right.
And now I'm
We'll hear about that later.
Yeah. Let's just say it's better than a Kissinger's eyebrow.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you could have abandoned, you haven't tried it. You could have, I mean, you know, it's so funny, but in these times, you either feel like, oh, I can't get, you know, news from my computer, or I can't get it from the television, I'm screwed. When there's newspapers, you always... Did you try to get a newspaper?
Oh, yeah, and I get the newspaper every day, and I'm sort of obsessed with it. But, you know, on the day after, on the 12th, when I really needed a newspaper, the Times, which generally comes to my house, you couldn't get it for love or money anywhere. No, they just didn't exist. And the only way you could get it was go into Midtown to the Times building. So I walked up to 43rd Street, and I got there, and there was a line of 300 people, and we were waiting for the trucks to come with the papers. And I was supposed to get them for some friends, and there was a woman behind me with a cell phone, and it was taking a really long time, and I wanted to call them to tell them that everything was okay. So I turned to her and I said, if I give you $1, can I make a call? It's just a local call. She said, no, I don't really want to use my minutes. Not her batteries, but her minutes, a purchasable commodity that I was offering to purchase.
Right.
And I sort of turned around and I thought, I'm going to talk about you on national television. Yeah. So.
Yeah. You must... Good. You got your revenge on her. Talking about her at 1:35. You must really love the Times, which, by the way, is getting some great... We should get some money from them. We're plugging them left and right tonight.
Oh, I know.
You must love the Times to walk literally miles to get it.
Well, you know, I like the Times a lot, and I sort of get a lot of work from them, and I'm very grateful. But sometimes you know, they don't really speak to my life experience as a freelance writer, you know.
In what way?
Well, I mean, there's that section, House and Home, whatever, it's on Thursdays. I don't know if it's national. But they always have, you know, handy renovating tips. And, you know, it's like, here's a hint, take unlimited resources. And it's like, oh, really, for $70,000 I can renovate my kitchen? How innovative. You know, they had
So they're aiming at a certain, people with a
demographic I've never even met. They had a feature on what to do with that extra closet. And it was always like, get rid of that junk and put in seagrass wallpaper and a Buddha. And it's like, who the hell has an extra closet in New York City?
If you have an extra, it's true. If you have an extra closet in New York City, you rent it to somebody.
As a bedroom, yes.
Some sucker from out of town.
We call it a living room.
Yeah. No, but that's hilarious. Did you? I can't get over that. I still can't. I'm not from here. I'm from Boston originally. When I came here and saw what they are charging for rooms here, even in the worst of times, what they're charging for rooms here. I mean, we did a piece on it on the show. It's just absolutely mind-boggling.
Oh, years ago, I went to see an apartment, and it was something like $700. And it was back when I didn't have $700. And it was literally a hallway. They had just blocked off the hallway. And I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a conceptual art piece that I had somehow stumbled in on.
It's like they could like say, they could hold up a cardboard box and go, $40,000 a year. you know?
And then you expect to find like some German dancer all in black, you know, with a large hippo or something.
No, that's what you expect,
Yes.
not me. This is your first book, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's great. That's a big thing to have a book out. Are you used to the whole concept of strangers, you know, knowing your work and being able to buy your book?
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen a whole lot. I mean, I wish it would sort of happen a little more, I guess. But I was at a party, and, you know, someone came up and said, oh, you know, I introduced himself, I've just bought your book because I'm about to get a new jaw, and I'll be laid up for weeks. And I didn't want to be arrogant and say, oh, well, don't do that because the book is terribly funny, because, you know, maybe it isn't. Maybe word on the street is that if you don't have to move your jaw, that's the book to read. But, but it seemed like, you know, I just got a vasectomy and I'm going to sit on this belt sander. It just didn't seem like a good idea. So.
I love it when people say the strangest things. People are always saying to me, like, oh, I caught your show the other night because I had to be up. I'm like, how do I, you know, thanks. Fraud is available right now. It's out there, and as you can tell from this gentleman, it's a very funny book. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
really
for
good to
having
have you. David Rakoff, everyone. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, that's our show. I do want to thank my guest, David Rakoff. The book is Fraud. Go out there and get that book. Also, my thanks to Michael Imperioli for being here. My thanks to Dana Delaney for being on the show. Max Weinberg and Los Max Weinberg 7. I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Did you get that off, please? Just grab that. Just pull. Okay. Hold it. That'll be $600.